in the sense that if there is fracturing and coalitions emerging at the same time, that's one thing. But if it turns into fracturing and then rivalries between the power blocs, I think that would be very dangerous.
Your assessment of President Obama?
I think he needs a really, really strong, powerful social movement behind him to do the things he really needs to do. Right now, he has to deal with Congress. And, you know, there's a group in Congress I would call the Party of Wall Street that is deeply implanted in the Democratic Party, and is deeply implanted in the Republican Party, and so he can't do battle with Wall Street, given the significance of the Party of Wall Street in Congress. I mean, for example, our New York Senator Charles Schumer has raised immense monies from Wall Street, and is a great friend of Wall Street. And so the Democrats are not going to go against Wall Street, and one wing of the Republicans are not going to go against Wall Street. So I don't know exactly where Obama would like to go, but certainly he can't go against Wall Street unless a whole bunch of people really force him to.
Do you see neoliberalism as dead, and what gives you the most hope?
I don't see neoliberalism as dead. If you say that neoliberalism is about consolidation of class power, because actually we're seeing the further consolidation of it right now, rather than the lessening of it. That's what when I talk about the bank bailout, that's what it was doing. So I'm kind of concerned.
Were you for no bank bailouts?
I was in favor of solving the foreclosure crisis. You see, if you'd solved the housing crisis, the banks wouldn't be holding any toxic assets. If you'd gone in and bailed out all of the people, there would be no problem on Wall Street. They wouldn't be sitting there with all the toxic assets. You wouldn't have the foreclosures. So we should have gone in there right at the beginning and actually held down the foreclosure crisis.
Oh, why didn't they?
Because that would mean bailing out poor African Americans and people of that sort. And they're not concerned with that. They're concerned with protecting the bankers, not with protecting the people. And this then gives me hope, you see, because I think now that people might see it, that is actually what's been happening over the last 30 years and is really highlighted now. I mean, it hits you in the face straight away, you know, this is what's happening. And something different has to happen. Some sort of movement has to come out and say, look, enough is enough. We're not going to continue in this particular way. Professor David Harvey, I want to thank you very much for being with us. David Harvey is Marxist geographer and distinguished professor of anthropology at the CUNY Grad Center. That's the City University of New York. The Limits to Capital, one of his books, A Brief History of Neoliberalism. This is Democracy Now! Tomorrow we'll be headed to Boston. Tonight I'll be at the Cambridge First Parish Church as we continue our community media tour, Standing Up to the Madness. Tomorrow morning, The Hour with Noam Chomsky in studio with me in Boston. And then we're on to Western Mass, South Hadley tomorrow night, Friday night, and then New School University here in New York on Saturday morning at 10. Then on to Wesleyan University, celebrating community media radio station WESU, one of the oldest in the country, on Saturday night. On Sunday, we head to Kansas City, and on Monday, we'll be in Tampa, Florida. Go to our website at democracynow.org to check out our On the Road tour. I'm Amy Goodman. When we come back, Jeremy Scahill.